Pradeep Gupta, to you first. Do you see connections between turnouts and outcomes? When you're looking at turnout, it's about 54%, Pradeep, which is seen as moderate. Last time, if you remember, overall turnout in Bihar was about 57. So it's just below that, and this is in Corona times. Any first reactions when you look at turnout, Pradeep?
Yes, definitely. Yes, I would say it will definitely impact the outcome of the result when it comes to turnout. Let me tell you why it is so. Because Bihar has never witnessed polling exceeding 57%. That's the highest in 2015 assembly election and also in 2019 general election. That's the highest Bihar has ever witnessed. So why is that so? Being this 90% rural Bihar, 90% population residents in rural Bihar, and generally you see these kind of 55 and so in Delhi, Bombay kind of metros,
So who benefits?
The reason is very simple, because the large chunk of Bihar is the migrant population, and that too they go for the work, studies and work, So this time all of them seems to be turned to Bihar, as many as 30 lakhs to be precise. And it is there is some report which says about 10 to 20% has returned back to the work, and most of them are stayed back. So this is one thing. These are the most of them are the migrant laborer, and there are some students and some working class. They are working from home. So this is one part of it. The another angle to this, what I see is the people will be, some set of people or bunch of people will be reluctant to go and vote and stand in a queue, particularly during Corona time. So this is something very interesting. By and large, in phase 1, voting is similar to the last time in these 71 assembly constituencies, which is around 55%. And I am sure this figure will get further revised as the final collection is done by the ECI.
Interesting, you're not yet telling me, of course, who benefits from a moderate turnout of about 54-55%. I'll pin you on that in a moment. But let me look at this vote tracker, the turnout tracker that we are showing you. If you see, as Pradeep says, Bihar is, interestingly, for a state so politically surcharged, not a state which sees high voter turnout, not like a Bengal, for example, where turnouts exceed 80%. 95, 62%. This was the peak of Lalu Prasad Yadav. 2000, 63%. February 2005, 47%. October 2005, 46%. 2010, 53%. 2015, 57%. And early, of course, we haven't got the final numbers. This is the first round, around 54%. Sandeep Shastri, do you see a pattern? Is it that the BJP in particular, BJP, JDU, would prefer a higher turnout because then they would like to believe that that benefits them in an election like Bihar?
Rajdeep, there is no empirical evidence whether higher turnout or lower turnout supports the incumbent or not. But in this particular case, I would like to make 3 points. Everybody was saying that you may have a lower turnout because of fear about Corona and all that. So turnout does not seem to have reduced. It may have marginally increased. Who is likely to be the beneficiary of this? If I were to look at our opinion poll, it's very visible that the committed voters, especially of the JDU, BJP and RJD, would have gone out and voted. So I think the 3 major parties would continue to get their committed vote. And that's what is evident if the voting turnout does not increase. For me, if the voting turnout had substantially increased, I would have said this would have been a slight moment of alarm for the NDA, because this would have meant to a certain extent that those who were strongly feeling that we need to go out and assert our vote, migrant population, those who were unhappy with the government, and we have seen the high levels of anti-incumbency. If the voting turnout had increased, it may have reflected in the current situation a slight anti-incumbency sentiment. But if and as the data shows there is no major increase of voter turnout, I think it is the committed voters going out and does not really provide any significant advantage to the opposition.